So I put out a poll on my Instagram, right? It said if Patrick Mahomes were to retire today, would he be a Hall of Famer? And I'm just so disgusted and so disturbed by the results of that poll because over 75% of you guys said Patrick Mahomes is not yet a Hall of Famer. Let me be very clear. If Patrick Mahomes decided to never pick up a football another day in his life, he's undisputably a Hall of Famer. Now let's get into it. And I just want to go off the eye test to start before I get into any numbers, whether you're a football savant or you know nothing about football. If you ever watch Patrick Mahomes play, whether it be a game or just going on YouTube, watching some mixtapes or some highlights, it's something you'll never see for the rest of your life, and it's something no one has ever seen in the history of the NFL. Patrick Mahomes could throw from the pocket. He throws from outside the pocket. He could throw on the run. He throws off his back foot. He throws jump passes. He throws no-look passes, and he throws lefty for crying out loud. I mean, the dude does everything you could think of, basically taking all the talents from all the NFL greats, all the quarterback greats that we've had in this league, put them all together, and boom, it's Patrick Mahomes. No quarterback in the history of the NFL, yes, including Tom Brady, has impacted the game more than Patrick Mahomes does on a football game. Basically, like, look at this year. He's down 24-0 against the Houston Texans. The Chiefs scored 7 straight times. It's just like, you can't make it up. He's putting up college numbers. He puts up video game numbers, putting up video game stats. It's something we've never seen in the history of the NFL. And I can say with confidence and evidence, Patrick Mahomes is the most talented quarterback in the history of the NFL. Now let's get into some numbers. So Patrick Mahomes has started 36 career NFL games for the Kansas City Chiefs. The Chiefs are 28-8 in those games he started. I just want to touch on those 8 losses. So the Chiefs are averaging 31 points per game in those losses. Patrick Mahomes has 25 touchdowns versus 6 interceptions. And the Chiefs have never lost by over 7 points in those 8 losses. So just think about that and let that sink in. I understand those numbers are inflated because he's only played 2 full seasons. So they're going to be jacked up a little bit. Those things are not going to be sustained throughout his career. I understand that. But that's his resume as we speak right now. These are facts. There's no opinion in that. And here are some other records that he's holding in NFL history. He's first all-time in yards per game. He's first all-time in passer rating. And he's first all-time in touchdown to interception ratio. Again, these are facts. These are not things I made up. This is not my opinion. And obviously, we know in 2018, his first year as a starter, he threw for 50 touchdowns, 5,000 yards, won the MVP award, and followed that up the next year with 3 straight comeback victories in the playoffs, all by double digits, and then winning the Super Bowl and winning Super Bowl MVP. There are only 13 players in NFL history who have a regular season MVP and a Super Bowl MVP. And there's one guy specifically I want to touch on that, and that is Kurt Warner. Kurt Warner has had a fairly short career for a quarterback in the NFL. He's only played 12 seasons, but in those 12 seasons, he's only started 12 or more games 4 times. Just think about that. That's a pretty short career, and even in those, he's only played a majority of the season 4 different times. Let's look at another thing. He's only thrown 35 touchdowns or more twice in his NFL career, and he's only thrown for 4,000 yards or more 3 times in his NFL career. So again, his numbers, his resume is not popping off the table. He's had a very short peak, which is what got him in the Hall of Fame. I will say it's fine to say Kurt Warner is a Hall of Famer, but in 2 years in the NFL, Patrick Mahomes has accomplished way more than you could think of. I could think of 10 to 20 quarterbacks in the Hall of Fame easily that he's accomplished more in 2 years than they've done in his entire career. Let's look at a couple names. So he has more MVPs if he retired today than Ben Roethlisberger, Russell Wilson, and Drew Brees. He has as many rings or more rings than the following quarterbacks: Dan Marino, Steve Young, Drew Brees, Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson. You can't make it up. These are facts. This is not stuff I made up. In 2 years in the NFL, Patrick Mahomes has accomplished and been better than many quarterbacks who, and these are all quarterbacks that I've listed here. These are all quarterbacks that are in the Hall of Fame or will be in the Hall of Fame. So to tell me that Patrick Mahomes does not have a Hall of Fame resume as we speak right now, given in both years he's played in the NFL, going for 5,000 yards, then 4,000 yards, and obviously, as I said before, he won the MVP award and then followed that up with Super Bowl MVP. So please, I want you to give me one legitimate reason outside that he's only been a starter for 2 years in the NFL why he's not a Hall of Famer. Please let me know.